Hey, good morning, everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. It is Wednesday morning. This video is inspired by my good friend Robert Hagerman from Robert's on My Turntable. Robert is currently doing a deep dive into the 70s. He's done videos on each year, the top albums of each year. It's a great series. Make sure you check it out. Now, Robert is much more ambitious, much harder working than I am. I'm doing a 70s video here, but I picked one album from each year. 1970 to 1979. This was rather difficult because I left a lot of great albums. I'm going, how could I say this is better than this? So my determining factor, if there was like 4 or 5 albums of that year that I'm just going, I love these albums, which one would I reach for first to play it? So that's the way I based this. So we're going to start with 1970. And that album would be John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band. John's greatest solo album, in my opinion. Gut-wrenching, honest, very basic in terms of the instrumentation, raw, emotional. Just a great, great record. 1970, Plastic Ono Band, my favorite. 1971, my favorite album of all time. Aqualung, Jethro Tull. Man, can't think of too many albums that every time I listen to it for the 10th time, if it's for the 10,000th time, I still like it as if I'm first hearing it. It's fantastic. 72. Some of these years, there were just so many great albums. I went with Close to the Edge. Yes. Do you know how hard it was for me not to pick Exile on Main Street? Oh, so difficult. But I listened to this much more than I listened to Exile. So that was the reason it got chosen. 1973, my favorite of the rock operas from Pete Townsend and The Who, that would be Quadrophenia. The stars of this album, besides Pete Townsend's great songs, have to be John Entwistle and Keith Moon. The Entwistle's bass playing on this album is just, I think he's the star of the show. Fantastic stuff. What a great, great record that is. The Who, Quadrophenia. 1974. I went with Neil Young. On the Beach. Love this album. My favorite Neil Young album. Walk On was kind of a minor hit for Neil, I think. But For the Turnstiles is my favorite Neil Young song. On the Beach, Vampire Blues, Motion Pictures, Ambulance Blues. Just a really great album from Neil. My favorite Neil Young album. 1975. Oh my God. The top 3 for me were Born to Run, Physical Graffiti, but this album had to be number 1. Bob Dylan's masterpiece, Blood on the Tracks. Pouring his heart out, marriage ending, he's angry, he's in love, he's hurting, he's happy, he's moving on. Every emotion is in this album. The singing is great. The songs are incredible. One of the great albums of all time, Blood on the Tracks. How could it not be the best album of 1975? 1976 was tough. That is the year that Stevie Wonder's masterpiece of Songs in the Key of Life came out, which was picking the greatest album of 1976. That would have won, but I'm picking the one that I would take off the shelf and play. That would be Joni Mitchell's Hey Jera. My favorite Joni Mitchell album. I always say this is the album that people should listen to if they don't like Joni Mitchell. Her voice is a bit lower in the register. She doesn't do that high soprano kind of thing. And Coyotes on this. My favorite Joni Mitchell song, Amelia, is on this, which is absolutely beautiful. Great, great record from Joni in 1976. Hey, Jira. 1977. For some reason, I thought this came out a little later, but when I was doing my research, it's 1977. And I got to thank Larry Graves, the Canadian Stud Muffin, for turning me on to this album, because it's one I ignored my whole life. But now one of my favorite albums is David Bowie, Low. What a great album. I love the instrumental tracks on this. Warszawa, and wow, just Subterraneans. That whole side too is just amazing. But probably my favorite David Bowie song is a deep track, which is on this album, called Always Crashing in the Same Car. Fantastic. I got orange vinyl. 1977. David Bowie makes the list. 1978. As much as I'd heard Born to Run and I liked it. It didn't blow me away at the start, but it certainly piqued my interest in seeing what Bruce Springsteen would come up with next, because I hadn't heard the first two albums before Born to Run. So Born to Run was my introduction. And then in 1978, he comes out with Darkness on the Edge of Town, and I bought it and just went, oh man, this guy's freaking amazing. And that sent me on a total Springsteen journey. Amazing man, amazing records. Darkness on the Edge of Town is absolutely my favorite album from Badlands is on here, The Promised Land, Dancing in the Street, the song Darkness on the Edge of Town. What a great frickin' record that is. And last but not least, 1979. Man, in 1979, this wouldn't even have been on my radar, but it certainly is now. One of my favorite guitar players now, and I love his albums, especially all the live ones that are out, is Spectral Mornings by Steve Hackett. This might be my favorite Steve Hackett solo album. But certainly that song is just absolutely brilliant. Great, great record. It is on this kind of famous charisma label. That's what it is. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that. So that's my rundown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 records from the 70s. Again, please check out Robert's videos. Well, check out all Robert's videos, but check out those ones in particular. He's getting a good crowd watching them, so it's been good. Everyone have a great day. Before you go, please press the subscribe button. It's just right below my finger there. It's a white button. It's right there. Thank you.